Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jacob Beanblossom here, and we're going to actually be talking about sequels today. So to start us off, the sequel is actually the continuation of a story through literature, film, theater, television, music, video games. But today specifically, we're going to be talking about movies. Are they good? Are they bad? What makes them successful? And when does it actually harm the franchise? So before movies even existed, many writers had to protect their work, so they would produce more along the lines of the original to beat out fakers in a time without copyright. An example would be Cervantes' Don Quixote, to which he did not like the unauthorized sequels coming out without his permission, so, spoiler alert, he kills the protagonist in the actual sequel, Part 2. The Dark Knight was the sequel to Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins and was actually 160% better in box office revenues than Batman Begins. And who could forget Shrek 2 that doubled its revenue 3 years after the original was released? Terminator 2 came out 7 years after the original and is one of the most successful sequels of all time, at a very intense 434% increase of box office improvement.
I'll be back.
So what makes a good sequel? Well, some of the best are the best for a reason, and that's because they 1. Expand the universe of the original. 2. Stay true to the original. 3. It deepens the characters. 4. It follows through on the story. 5. It's rewarding. And 6. It surprises us. The examples I gave you explore these wonderfully, from The Dark Knight forcing Batman to reconsider his actions because of the Joker, Shrek leaves the swamp that he fought so hard to stay in, and in Terminator 2, Skynet refuses to back down and sends this murderous new machine to kill John Connor. So let's talk about some not-so-good sequels. Anchorman 2, a little late to come back, but it's not a problem, except for the fact that it was long, over the top, and too many subplots. Ghost Rider 2, Nicolas Cage, again. And Johnny Blaze is crazy and fights the man who gave him the powers. The devil? And finally, Taken 2. It wasn't enough for his daughter to be taken, now his ex-wife and daughter have to be taken. Which leads to Taken 3, which leads to the new TV show, It Has to Stop! It has to stop! So now a quick honorable mention of these very bad tragic sequels. So clearly some writers and directors are getting it right if we keep coming back for more and absolutely need to know the ending. These productions have gone from one movie and seal off the ending in case they didn't actually get the sequel, which if you ask me, makes it all the more better story-wise. Some of these examples include the Harry Potter series, any of the Avengers movies, and of course, Star Wars. So now that we've talked about successful sequels and what makes them interesting, at least for the first time,
we can look forward to what may be a good sequel and something that should not exist.